Good morning to you. We're live in Wayzata as we come on the air at 6 a.m. You can see the rain coming down out there. It is raining in parts of our area. It's very dependent on where you are, but we're going to be tracking all of that. I'm Lauren Lemanchek alongside Jason Hackett this morning.
Let's get right out to John in the backyard. You have your umbrella handy, John, but you probably won't need it all day if you're here in the Twin Cities Metro, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it looks like even St. Paul might not have any rain, but Wayzata, still might get a quarter or half an inch. So it really depends on where you live, and we're going to map it out, a couple of changes that happen overnight. Now, it's misting. You're still going to want your umbrellas, sending your kiddos out this morning. It's raining. I think it's pretty clear that it's the West Metro. You can almost see it carving the 35, or really cutting, I should say, the 35W split there west. 35W corridor west, it's raining. Anything east, Red Wing, Treasure Island area, Baldwin, not raining. Again, Welch, not going to be raining out there. But we will continue to see this rain this morning in the West Metro. But like I said, it's really St. Paul, Stillwater. There's really no easterly component to this, so it's not really moving east. Raining decent in Watertown right now. You can see that in Waconia. This will be going right over Minnetrista, Elk River. Showers continue up here. Very spotty in the St. Cloud area. And as we get to the north, Nisswa, Cross Lake, and Bemidji, this is actually going to be a spot where it will fill in and be pretty consistent. I'd prepare for a wet day in Brainerd and Bemidji. I'll show you the updates on future radar coming up here in a bit. Cece, good morning.
Good morning. 6:02 live look here. This is in Minnetonka on Highway 7. We're seeing, like John mentioned, the west and southwest metro seeing that rain, the wet roads here, or damp roads. So be careful in that area. But I've even seen active rain and wet roads in St. Cloud and the Brainerd area. So even up there, folks are experiencing some of the rain. So keep that in mind as you prepare for your morning drive. 694, 494 loop still looking good before 7 o'clock. And same if we zoom out here so we can include the South Metro. Now, of course, I'm not seeing wet roads in the East or Southeast Metro. So that is good for the morning drive, Jason.
That is good indeed. All right, Cece, thank you very much. We are following breaking news this morning in the Minneapolis Public School District.
Just hours ago, we learned that more than 4,000 teachers and staff overwhelmingly authorized a strike, 92% saying yes. Audrey Russo's joined us now live from the district headquarters with what comes next. Audrey.
Yeah, Jason, Lauren, the teachers union is planning a press conference for about 4 hours from now to talk about the strike authorization vote. They're also going to do a picket and a rally at 4:30 this afternoon right here outside of the district headquarters. Now, the union has to give the district 10 days notice before they can walk off the job. And that is a countdown clock that the union says they are not going to start until after a mediation session that they have scheduled with the district that's coming up on Thursday. Now, the union posted this video. Take a look at this. They posted it around midnight. The Minneapolis Federation of Educators thanked students' families for supporting them. They referenced in this video overcrowded classrooms, which is one of the sticking points with the district. They're seeking more staff and some class size caps. The union president blamed the district for failing to hear their demands.
I know that nobody actually wants a strike, but after 7 months of bargaining, all we got were delays and dismissals.
Now, I've reached out to the district for a response. I've also been monitoring their news updates webpage. They say that sometimes they post some updates to this website just to see exactly what the district has to say about the strike authorization vote. I'm going to keep my eye on this and keep a close eye on my email to see if I get a response before our next half hour. But for now, I'll send things back to you.
All right, Audrey, thanks for keeping on top of that this morning. Well, just hours from now, 1,000 Target employees will find out exactly who loses their job.
And we learned just yesterday they are not alone. Amazon, too, just announced some massive layoffs here. Michelle Beck is here, and you just got some new information about Amazon, Michelle.
Well, yeah, before I get to that, Jason, first thing this morning, Target staff will finally learn the details they have been anticipating for days. So far, there's been no word even on what teams are getting cut. About 1,000 corporate employees at Target will be laid off, and about 800 open positions will be eliminated. Now, these huge job cuts are also starting this morning for Amazon. Within the last 60 minutes, we got these new numbers that the company will cut 14,000 corporate jobs. Previous reports by news agencies suggested as many as 30,000 people could be laid off. And brand new this morning at 6, take a look at this blog post I just found uploaded this morning. It's written by a senior vice president at Amazon. She writes in part, some may ask why we're reducing roles when the company is performing well. She then cites AI and the rate of innovation, adding, we are convicted that we need to be organized more leanly with fewer layers and more ownership. And back to what is headquartered here at home, Target CEO told employees that if you are laid off, you'll still get pay and benefits till January. You'll also be offered severance packages. Meanwhile, store and supply chain positions will not be affected. Guys, a lot's going to happen this morning. Coming up in the next half hour, I'm going to go over how that news is expected to roll out this morning. So details ahead.
Interesting seeing AI cited as the reason here. AI, just that growth of that industry and of that aspect of technology already having its impacts here in
huge
America.
impact. And you just feel for anyone who's going to lose a job today. Just an awful time.
Just the worst. All right, Michelle, thank you very much. Another big breaking story we are following live from Jamaica. As we speak, Hurricane Melissa is making landfall. You can see this is a live picture here. This river is already running over. And this is just the beginning of all the rain they're supposed to get there. Melissa has held Category 5 strength for 24 hours now, and forecasters say it is getting even stronger. Hard to imagine that. Millions across Jamaica are bracing for catastrophic impacts. Back here at home, the Caribbean community and various local nonprofits are working together to mobilize relief efforts as Hurricane Melissa causes devastating damage across Jamaica. For nearly 2 decades, Marina Neal has been part of the Caribbean Disaster Relief Fund of Minnesota and the Jamaica, Minnesota organization. In previous disasters, Neal and other volunteers have coordinated shipments of essentials from batteries to hygiene products, diapers, and non-perishable foods, much of which will be likely needed once again. She says she and other volunteers are always preparing for major disasters.
Everybody is already boots on the ground ready, but we're always ready. Because a good disaster, Mother Nature can do her thing at any time.
So Neal says the best way to support the group's mission right now is by donating online. We'll have all the details on KARE11.com.
We're live from the U.S. Capitol right now, just hours away from the 1-month mark of the government shutdown. Still no end in sight, but this morning, the country's largest federal workers union is calling for lawmakers to pass a short-term spending bill to reopen the government. If this shutdown continues into November, funding for food benefits will stop, which is causing food shelves to scramble to meet the need. But Governor Walz says the state is stepping in to help fund these programs in Minnesota. Walz says $4 million from emergency funding will go to those food shelves. According to state data, about 300 food shelves in tribal nations will receive that money. Officials say the support will mostly go toward purchasing and distributing nutritious food for families in need.
Our top priority is the well-being of the Minnesotans, especially around food security, home heating assistance, and the things that we know Minnesota does really well.
There were nearly 9 million visits to food shelves last year, more than double the number from just 3 years ago. The Open Door Food Shelf will be having a government shutdown distribution event for people this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.